dare not get any closer, but the mother bird is just feeding the chicks. Okay, I'm on the other side of the nest to show you the black currants. Look at all that growth. All this rain, everything is growing tremendously well. Here's the apple tree I filmed only a couple of days ago. We're waiting for that mother bird to come out again, because she usually sings her song when she gets out after feeding the little baby birds. So we're just waiting. While we wait, look at these black currants. They're already fruiting or flowering. You can see my potatoes are going wild, and there are a few other things popping up, but they're not doing very well, not like these potatoes. This is we're going to have quite a good crop. Usually I just put potatoes in the whole thing, but because we've got this terrible famine coming up, I thought I would put in other stuff. I've got beetroot, I can't remember now, silver beet, pumpkins. There's a few pumpkins popping up along there, and I've got another pumpkin patch up the top. Still waiting for the bird to come out. I think the bird has decided to sit on the babies for a while, because it's a fairly cool day, and so they need to be kept warm. I can't believe how much my black currants are growing. I've got black currants everywhere just because they grow so well. And like all of these I grew from cuttings. And that good one over there, grapevines are all mixed up in there. They're just starting. I'll show you. So the grapevines are just starting to get their leaves. I was going to take some cuttings, but I've left it a little bit too late. But I have not had much success with cuttings from grapevines. But there are a few. I'm going to buy maybe half a dozen more grapevines this year. I've got to get serious. Fig tree is opening up. I've taken cuttings from this, and they're doing fairly well. This is a plum, a Tegan blue. There's the beautiful cherry tree, of course. This, a Nashi pear or a Nashi apple, depends what you want to call them, apple or a pear. This tree's been here a long time. It's in pretty poor soil, and it's too close to the bonfire. When I light the bonfire, I scorch it. Oh, listen to in the background. That's the bird. I think when I was talking, she was calling. That was her. Something like that. So she's out hunting again. She came back with a big fat cricket or something just a minute ago, or a few minutes ago. I've been walking around filming the fruit. I'll show you the chestnut tree. We're on the way to the chestnut tree, but there's a blueberry plant there and there. Did you hear her in the background? She's silvery blue on the back and on the wings, and white on the chest. Very nice looking bird. Medium-sized bird. Not the size of a crow, but bigger than a sparrow. There she went again. Get to that chestnut tree. So I had another good little burn here. Everything's a bit soggy, so I can set fire to these things and know that it's not going to get out of hand, that I just got to keep assisting it. But this is the chestnuts. They're in pots. And see, the pots got burned and melted in the fire. But I had put a lot of them in pots thinking to sell them. I don't know how many are growing here. There's one there. 1, 2. And I never got around to selling them. And I had put 4 over by the pond, which is now where I've got the pomegranates. And they had grown really well, and then they got eaten back and died. The beasts of the night. Can you see George's sculpture up there? I did a video a few years ago talking to George, going through his sculptures. I'll see if I've still got it, because I might upload it. Good old George. Still got a minor flood. Charlie doesn't mind wading through it though. I did come down here this morning with some tools to cut back all this stuff that's been pushed over by the flood, because I didn't think that the water would still be here. And then tomorrow it is going to pour. So I didn't want to wade in there with a saw and a hatchet, and I'll wait until the next flood, which is tomorrow, they're telling us. But you see, they keep telling us there's going to be floods and there's not. And I was listening to someone in Lismore, I think it was Lismore, somewhere in New South Wales it's flooding, and they say that they don't even bother listening to the Bureau of Meteorology anymore. They just talk to the locals, because the Bureau is always wrong. Come on, Charlie, we'll go back. Come on. Talking about the Bureau of Meteorology, in the news they were telling us that the Bureau of Meteorology has changed its name from the Bureau of Meteorology to the Bureau of Meteorology. And they put out a press release saying so. And it only cost $22,000 to change the name. There she is. She's up around here hunting for insects in the trees. That bird. This is what the video is all about, the bird. But the Bureau of Meteorology put out a press release that they changed their name from the Bureau of Meteorology to the Bureau of Meteorology. And it only cost $22,000 because they didn't have to change anything. Is that crazy? It's very strange, I think. But we got off lightly, really, because they could have changed their name in reality, and then it would have cost millions. Because there was a company called Telecom that was the only Australian... I can hear that bird again. The only Australian telecommunication, it was all run by the government at one stage, and they changed their name from Telecom to Telstra. Cost millions. And it didn't even need to be done. So the change from the Bureau of Meteorology to the Bureau of Meteorology was good, because it was not too expensive. It's just that someone who thought of the idea got given $22,000 to think of it. That's mad, isn't it? Boy, oh boy. But anyway, people are losing faith with the Bureau of Meteorology, and people in the Bureau of Meteorology say it's got a toxic culture. Oh, wow. Who would have thought predicting the weather, well, I was going to say could be so difficult, but of course it was a very difficult thing to do, to predict, because it changes all the time, you see, climate change. It's a joke of mine. And, but, you must understand my bemused dissatisfaction with the Bureau of Meteorology that was formerly known as the Bureau of Meteorology. I'll leave just a little silence here while I shake my head in disbelief. Okay. Look, it's the truth. I'm not just saying something stupid. Go online and check out the Bureau of Meteorology. They did a press release saying they're changing the name from the Bureau of Meteorology to the Bureau of Meteorology. It's the truth. It's not some stupid conspiracy theory. Look it up if you're interested at all.